Hey, what's up everybody? I'm SuperSonicJB, and today I'm looking back at some of my old YouTube videos here, trying to decide which ones are good, which ones are bad, and which ones I probably shouldn't have uploaded on here. And shit! What's that doing there? Sorry about that, guys, but as I was saying, I uploaded a lot of videos on my YouTube channel throughout the years. I mean, yes, today marks my 5th anniversary on YouTube and all, but I don't want to watch all of these old school videos at once. I just wish they were all compiled together on one disc, preferably on the Wii. You ever just look around your room and think to yourself, sheesh, I got so much stuff, I wish it was all packed together. There we go, all bundled up, and hey, all it cost me was about 60 bucks. There's a ton, I mean a ton of games out there. Some good, some bad, and some questionable.
I don't know shit about nothing.
And I'll admit, it can be kinda hard and expensive to be a collector. But what if I just wanted everything in one bundle? Well, threaten not, people, because that's where Game Compilations come to the rescue. For those of you that are somehow unaware, Game Compilations are a collection of games put on one disc, or a cartridge. So basically, instead of removing Sonic 2 from your Genesis to play Sonic 3, how about you just boot up the Genesis collection? That way all the games you want to play, except for Sonic CD of course, are available to play without swapping games out. Game Compilations have been around for many years now, and they're definitely not going away anytime soon. Oh cool, I can play the classic Sonic games again for the 12th time in a row, nice! Now today, in honor of 5 years of SuperSonicJB on YouTube, I want to look back at a bunch of game compilations I've had growing up, and see if they still hold up to this day. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out some of my favorite game compilations. Let's start things off with some Super Mario AllStars. I used to play this a ton back in my early days of gaming, so this one holds a special place in my heart. This is a compilation of old school Mario games for the NES, but rebuilt using 16-bit graphics on the SNES. It featured the original Super Mario Bros., Mario Bros. 2, Mario Bros. 3, and the Lost Levels. Now this was the first time you could play the Lost Levels outside of Japan, so this was a nice welcome addition. This was also my first introduction to these older Mario games since I never had an NES when I was younger. The 16-bit graphics update, in my opinion, is a nice welcome. Why play this ugly mess when I got this beautiful mess instead? The only downside here is a change in physics. Your jumping doesn't feel as floaty and your movement speed is faster. So if you played the original games before this, then it's going to throw you off. There was also a version of this released on the Wii to celebrate 25 years of Mario, and this version was honestly a bit of a disappointment. It was literally just Super Mario AllStars on the SNES with nothing new added. What made this even worse was the fact that this was a limited release bundle, meaning this was only available for a limited time before it was taken off the store shelves. And scalpers even back then were awful. I mean, not as bad as today, but still bad. $999 for a copy of Pokemon Channel. What a ripoff! Now if it was $9.98, that'd be different. Thankfully they re-released AllStars on the Wii under the Nintendo Selects line, so now it's way easier to get. Still though, it doesn't change my overall opinion that this bundle was bad. I mean, they could have at least put Mario World in it, right? Up next we have Sonic Mega Collection. It's my favorite thing next to mac and cheese. It's a compilation of a bunch of classic Sonic games from the Genesis era. And believe me, this is only one of many game compilations from Sega. As someone who never had a Sega Genesis growing up, this is a great way to introduce me to classic Sonic games. Sonic 1, Sonic 2, not that game, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, this beats a shit, Sonic Spinball, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine were all included in this bundle. And honestly, I really like this bundle. The games all run really smoothly, the music and menu screens are amazing, there's even a bunch of cool unlockables, like Knuckles in Sonic 2, digital manuals, comic books, etc. There's also some nice little videos you can watch, which is pretty cool. And a few years later, this compilation was re-released on other consoles and PC, and it was called Sonic Mega Collection Plus. I guess this was the game that inspired DDLC Plus, huh? This updated compilation featured some other games like Sonic Blast, Sonic Drift, and that thing I used as firewood. Other than that, this is pretty much the same thing as the one on the GameCube, but did you know there was another Sonic game compilation on the GameCube, introducing Sonic Gems Collection, now featuring this game. While the original focused on the Genesis games, this compilation was said to focus on the more rare games. Oh cool, I can finally play Sonic Crackers! Nope, because the only new games here are Sonic CD, Sonic the Fighters, and Sonic R. Rest in peace, Sonic Crackers. Someday I'll play you.
We know that someday we will do great things.
Now sure, back then these games were a little hard to play, but now they're everywhere. Take a look down at Sewer Line and you're bound to find a copy of Sonic CD down there. Yeah, this bundle was cool and all, but was it really necessary? They could have just put these 3 games in with Sonic Mega Collection, but they must have been short on time or something, and just gave up on the idea entirely and waited till later to make another compilation and still charge the same price. I'm not paying $30 for a compilation that features Sonic Labyrinth, but if Sonic Crackers was in it, that would be different. Then we got Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection on the 360, PS3, and PC. And this, in my opinion, is the greatest game compilation Sega has ever made. Not only does it include the classic Sonic games, but it also has tons of other classic Sega games from the past. When I was younger, I used to think Vector Man was a game involving Vector the Crocodile, but when I finally played it, I was confused, but it's still fun. I also gotta admit the menu screens are awesome here. I like how when you view a game, it shows you a little video on the right showing off how the game plays. There's also some neat extras and unlockables you can mess around with too. And yet, years later, we got yet another Sega games compilation called Sega Genesis Classics on the PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. And yeah, it's the same thing as this. Sega kinda got lazy here with some stuff, and some games from Ultimate Genesis were missing entirely here. I do like how the main menu is a 3D interactive bedroom, and you can choose whatever game you want to play by picking it up off the shelf and putting it on the TV. However, it just doesn't have that same vibe that Ultimate Genesis did. Wait, I can change the borders? Never mind, screw that game, this is the best thing ever! Up next, we have the Mega Man Anniversary Collection. It's a compilation of the first 8 Mega Man games, and yeah, it's fine, I guess. There's some minor changes between these games and their original releases. The graphics have been changed a little bit here and there, and honestly, I'm not really a fan of them. The colors just seem more bland and dull here compared to the originals. Now sure, the games play fine and all, but there's way better Mega Man game compilations out there. Like the Mega Man Legacy Collection. Now sure, it only has the original 6 games in it, but at least there's a lot more effort put into this one. Better menu screens, better music, and even a bunch of cool unlockables and customizations are here. Mega Man or Rockman, who should I be? Then there's Legacy Collection 2. Now why was it split into 2 parts, you may ask? I don't know, money? I mean, we got 2 Sonic collections on the same console, so why not Mega Man? This compilation focuses on 7 through 10, and yeah, these games aren't as good as 1 through 6, especially 7, screw that game! But they all run smooth as butter, and the music is at its best here. It does kinda suck that they didn't add more games here though. I mean, I would have loved to play Mega Man and Bass, or the Wily Wars again, but unfortunately, Capcom didn't care enough to make that a reality. But with how often they port these games, maybe we'll see these games come to modern consoles sometime soon. Then we have things like the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition on the GameCube. This was pretty strange to purchase, not gonna lie. It was a bundle in with the GameCube, or you could get it through Nintendo Power subscriptions. I mean, the GameCube wasn't exactly the best-selling console, so they tried using this collection to make people want to buy it. Please buy our console, please! This compilation featured 4 games. Here we have the original Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. Why no Link to the Past? I'll never know. I'll admit, this is a pretty nice compilation. It has some of my favorite Zelda games and Zelda 2! It also features a playable demo of the Wind Waker, which back then was a pretty nice touch. If you pre-ordered the Wind Waker, you get this collection as a bonus, which is pretty cool. It's kind of surprising we never got another Zelda collection again after this, but even so, this was still a heck of a deal getting all these games like this. It's just too bad it was on the GameCube, which sold pretty poorly. And then in 2012, we got Kirby's Dream Collection on the Wii. It was released to celebrate Kirby's 20th anniversary, and man was it a success. It featured 6 classic Kirby games, including Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Adventure, Kirby's Dream Land 2, Kirby Superstar, one of my favorites personally, Kirby's Dream Land 3, and even Kirby 64. I especially love that 64 was here too. I feel like Mario AllStars on the Wii could have added Mario 64 as a bonus, but they didn't do that. No, instead they gave scalpers even more money. This collection of games are all playable using a sideways Wii remote, and honestly works like a charm. The games all run and play smoothly, and there's even a bunch of cool side content you can unlock too. You got these new challenge series that were inspired by Kirby's Return to Dreamland. You can check out artwork, watch episodes of the Kirby anime, and even learn some history, not only about Kirby, but other things too. Whoa, George W. Bush became president of the US in 2000? Awesome! Screw the internet! This is where I'm getting my real sources from now on. This collection also comes with a history booklet and a soundtrack CD, which is pretty awesome. Overall, this is probably one of the best anniversary collections I've ever played, so thumbs up to this one. And of course, we can't forget good old Crash Bandicoot. I wish Nintendo said that when they chose the Smash DLC, but whatever. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, a compilation of the original 3 Crash games, but completely remade using modern 3D graphics. This is one of the greatest game compilations out there without a doubt. Crash 1, Crash 2, The Rapid Cortex, and Crash 3 Warped are all here, and man, they're still as brutally hard as they were back then. See this random hole here? Yeah, this was caused by a guy playing Crash Bandicoot. This compilation was also the revival of Crash Bandicoot himself, because he hasn't had a new game for several years before this. It controls to perfection, and the updated graphics look so amazing. Then a few years later, we got Spyro the Reignited Trilogy for the Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Since Crash got a remake compilation, fans wanted his fellow Activision friend to get his own compilation remake, and thankfully, they delivered on it. This features the original 3 Spyro games, all remade with modern graphics. If you thought Hunter was cool back then, check him out now! It's also nice that they redid the voice lines here, because they didn't age very well in the original.
When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
All 3 games here look and control great, and Spyro officially said bye-bye to Skylanders for good. And of course, we can't forget Halo the Master Chief Collection on the Xbox One, PC, and Series X. This is a compilation of a bunch of old school Halo games like Halo Reach, Halo 2, Halo 3, etc. If you've never played any of these games before and want to start off somewhere, then buy this. The games here all have been slightly upgraded, so look and run better than ever before. And multiplayer is featured here, and that's pretty good. Overall, it's a great compilation that every Xbox owner needs to experience at some point in their lives. Up next, we have Namco Museum Remix. I love how happy Pac-Man sounds when you open up the game.
Yay! Yay!
Yay!
So this is a compilation featuring 9 Namco games, and it somehow doesn't include Pac-Man or Galaga. It focuses more on remixes of the games, and honestly, these remixes are pretty forgettable, not gonna lie. I mean, why only 9 games considering Namco's library is freaking huge? But later on we got Namco Museum Mega Mixed, which featured twice as many games and brings back the original games instead of remixing them. Here's a 3D hub world you can move around on and select a game with. This is just a far better experience than remix in every way. Thank God Pac-Man is back! Now let's wrap things up by looking at one final game compilation. Well, technically 2, but it's pretty much just one split into 2 parts. Atari Flashback Classics Volume 1 and Volume 2. I don't know why these super old school games are split up like this, but at least E.T. isn't in either of these, so that already makes them better in my book. Now later on, these compilations were finally combined into one for a Nintendo Switch version, which is much better. There's over 150 games here, and yeah, they're Atari games alright. These games just haven't aged well at all. I mean, yeah, back in the day, some of these were revolutionary, while some others were dog shit, but a lot of these games aren't that interesting. I don't want to do math, are you crazy? The controls also aren't very good here, in my opinion. Maybe if they put a little bit more effort into this gameplay, it would have been better, but nope, instead, I'm playing Atari Video Cube. So yeah, there's a lot of game compilations out there, and who knows, maybe I'll look at some more sometime in the future. But for now, I think I'm just going to go and watch some of my old school YouTube videos and just see how good they were throughout the past years. Look at this one I don't remember very much, so let's check it out. Now, exactly the first time I actually played this... I should have deleted my channel after this video.